a lot of times if we're not careful, we can look at our circumstances as, well, this is it. Everything negative that an individual said about me not excelling, I'll never make any good of my life, so any negative thing that an individual has said to you, you're going to see that in the long run, that it's for your good. I know a lot of times we go through things and the last thing that we want to hear is, oh, it's for your good. But no, it's going to be for your good. One of the things that I'm reading right now is I'm in Judges, in the book of Judges. And I'm still on the story about Gideon. Because, that's when the Israelites were rebelling. That's when they rebelled, God gave them peace. They rebelled, God gave them peace. So it was like on and off, disobedience, obedience, God gave them peace. So it's almost like you see like a contrast in this in the book of Judges, where it's like, you listen, I'll give you peace. You don't listen, I'll give you chaos, right? And it's like you think that the Israelites would have learned, but no, they didn't. And God is so patient. He's so loving. He's so merciful. It's like, okay, are you gonna listen? No? Okay. I'm gonna allow things to happen, because at the end of the day, it's like we're choosing disobedience. And when we choose disobedience, God allows things to happen in our lives. So you might be in a relationship that God does not want you to be in, and you're not supposed to be in that relationship because God has told you time and time again. You've seen those red flags, but yet you chose to be disobedient. Not just you. I'm not pointing fingers here and say it's you, you're bad. No, I did those things. I walked in disobedience. There's relationships that I found myself in that I know that I wasn't supposed to be in, but God still allowed me to be in it. And while I was in it, the things that happened to me, I honestly could have given up on God, but God decided that He's going to use it for it to work out for good. You see, a lot of times we don't understand while we're going through certain things, but it could be because of a bad choice we made, or it could be that God is trying to teach us something. We don't know. But the important thing to remember is never, ever draw away from God. A lot of times we go through hardships, and it's honestly to pull us toward God. The more we pull away, the harder life becomes. The closer we pull toward God, you'll find that life, even though it is difficult, it's more bearable. You get what I'm saying? So right now I'm going through this season where I'm like, literally like Gideon. Where Gideon, the angel of the Lord came to Gideon and said, Gideon, mighty man of valor. And Gideon, of course, he's like, how am I mighty? But yet all these things are happening to us. I'm the weakest of the clan. I'm, the weakest of Manasseh. Like, all these things are happening to me, And God is like, listen, I'll be with you. I'm gonna be with you this time. In spite of all the chaos, in spite of all the difficulties that you have faced, I'm going to be with you this time. And Gideon was like, how am I going to know that you're going to be with me? And then the Lord's like, I'll be with you. Gideon's like, okay, I got a gift for you. And then he went and he prepared something, and he came back, and then, the Lord kind of burned the offering as a sweet smell and aroma, because that was the altar. That's how they did it back then, right? So that just shows the covenant between Gideon that God made with Gideon, right? So now it's like we have this promise that God promises to be with us. He says that if we choose to obey Him, if we choose to abide in Him and His word within us, if we do say we love Him, then we'll keep His commandments. And keeping His commandments mean you do the things that He's telling you to do. It's not going to always look pretty. It's not always going to be easy. But the fact of the matter is, God is saying, if you choose to put me first, I will be with you. I promise you that. So listen, things might not be going the way you want it to go, but just believe that God is with you. Things might not be working out the way you'd want for it to work out, but just believe that if you choose to continue trusting, continue pressing on and believing God for who He says that He is, then things will work out. So I just want to encourage you this morning, short video, let you know that, listen, no matter what that situation looks like, no matter what they said, no matter what they did, it's fine. You know what? You're growing. We're past that. Let's give God the glory. Let's say, God, here I am. I'm ready. You called me to do this thing. I'm trusting that you're the one that called me to do it. Now, where do you want me to start? What do you want me to do? Okay, how do you want me to go about it? And that is what Gideon did. You're calling me to do this, and then that's when he received, so let's trust God. All right, God bless.